Too late nights dancing my place. I could get used to long drives.
Roll up to the greatest show in the world.
Lights, camera, action!
So, good morning guys. Now, I wanted to come on and I want to have a talk to you all about the NC 500. So, when we came on this trip, we never planned to do the NC 500. We was always going to jump on parts of the NC 500. Because obviously it's Scotland, but we got no intention, we never had any intention of doing the NC 500. But there were parts of the NC 500 that I really wanted to see. And so I watch a couple, I say I, because Gareth don't really watch anybody, I watch everybody. So, and I do, if I watch your videos, I comment. So if you want me to watch your channel, shout out, let me know. I'm happy to. But I only comment on channels that I know I'm speaking to the person. And I'm not having a go if anybody does that. But I know a lot of people who pass out their comments to other people to comment for them. So I'll watch them and I'll like them. I don't necessarily comment because I don't know who it is I'm talking to then at that point. But like I said, it's no hate, everybody. It's busy. It can get busy, especially if you're doing all the editing and everything. Not that I'd know, because I don't do any of it, but Gareth does. So, I do answer all the questions on Facebook. Gareth answers some, but majority of them I do answer. But I do watch a couple called Gemma and Campbell, who were called, I can't remember the name of the channel, was it Islands to Wanted?
Yeah.
So, because I've seen some of their videos, and there were certain destinations that I wanted to go, I got the book. Right? And the reason I'm mentioning these is because this book is actually fantastic. Because in the videos, it doesn't show you, they go to a lot of beautiful locations. They're like what I call proper vloggers. And they go to some, and I was like, I want to go to this beach, I want to go to this one. I've been writing them down and I want to go here and there. Now I totally understand with the editing of it that not everything that you see on screen is real life. Because it shows you them parking up and it shows you them, and they go for a walk and they're at this beach. So a lot of the destinations that them guys go to, clearly I think they're professional, like, I don't know, they're really super fit. Some of them are like really hikey, uphill. Some of them are like 6 mile away. It's a 3-hour walk. This is why I really appreciate this book, because there's a lot of editing goes into YouTube, guys. I don't do it, Gareth does. Everybody who edits, I'm telling you, it's a lot of hard work, it's not easy. So these guys put these videos out and I love them and I'm still going to watch them. But I really appreciate this book, guys, because in this book, some of the beaches I've picked, and it was like, it'll say to you, you need extensive hiking experience. This is 7 kilometres, it's 3 hours one way, 3 hours back. So I've really appreciated this, because there's a few of the things that and not that they'll be watching this, that Gemma and Campbell do that I've absolutely not done, purely because I'm too unfit and I'm too fat.
I know it's a professional book, right?
It is.
But it does state in there, in professional words, if you're fat as us two, don't go to that beach.
But it doesn't, without them saying that, it's more or less like, if you're not an experienced hiker, this one's not for you. And I've actually really appreciated that, because there's stuff I wanted to do and I'd probably had to go at it, but I've read this description and I've just thought, it's taking them guys 3 hours 40 minutes to get one way. I am not doing that. So I've actually really appreciated this book.
And we're finished with it now, so if anybody wants it for 18 quid.
If anybody, I did buy this, it's not a paid promotion, and I do love watching your videos, and I still will watch your videos, guys, but their videos are seamless and effortless. So obviously when I've seen them toddle down to a beach on the video, I just thought, oh god, that beach is going to be sick. It's absolutely not. They've worked their asses off to get there and make that video for you guys. So I do appreciate that. But I have got this book, so if you want it, I don't know, put NC 500 in comments. We'll pick a winner on a randomator, you can have it. I'll post it to you. I'm not going to post it unless I pass the post office till I get back though, but we will pick it in a couple of weeks, so you can have this. It is a fantastic book. It has got a few pages on that I've written where I've gone and where I've circled stuff, and because I've been using it, but you can have it if you want.
If anybody wants to buy one of them, they're
oh yeah, and you
Amazon.
can buy these. I bought this off Amazon for
18 quid.
18 quid. I'm not kidding you when I say it. Let me see if I can read a description of a place. I'm going to open the page randomly and I read you. They even tell you how to get to the park-ups. So I'm going to open this, and this is Dornoch Cathedral. Park in the centre of town, find the cathedral across from the Dornoch Castle on the Hotel Castle Street. Accessible, nice and easy walk. Easy, so I could have gone to that. I'm going to look for another one. So this one's Loch Ness. Drive south on the A82 from Inverness. You will reach the loch end of the northern tip of the loch in less than 15 minutes. Alternatively, you can catch the 919 bus. It's got accessibility, it's dog friendly, and by the way, all these destinations have all got in the book the what 3 words. I'm guessing, is that what 3 words? Is that what it looks like? I think that's what 3 words.
Yes, it is.
So, and this is not me promoting the book. I think it's really good.
It's not a paid promotion.
It's not a paid promotion. I bought the book. But I absolutely, 100%, really appreciate the fact they put all them little extras in, and the fact they said it's hard, it's easy, it's accessible, anybody can get there. You can't get there unless you... There was a cave that they did. I can't remember the name of it now. It's in the book, and I looked it up. And this cave, I had to hike up. Literally, it was a hike. And then you go over stones and round a creek, and I was a bit like, I'm not doing that. But... that wasn't the reason. I mean, you could all have it, but that wasn't the reason for the discussion is. So we've stayed in the NC 500 over the last week or so. We did about a week on the NC.
Yeah, but we've had no choice to get across top of it.
Oh, yeah. But there was certain stuff we always wanted to see. I really, really wanted to go to Ellis Doonan Castle. There was a few places I really wanted to see, so we was always going on bits of it. Now, we was talking to some of the locals.
Which are really
quite
friendly.
a few locals, really friendly locals as
we
well.
haven't had any issues with the Scottish.
We've had none whatsoever. Because we've been very honest with them, but we've had conversations with them, and it's not that the Scottish people, some of the Scottish people are not, it's not that they don't want motorhomes in. So I said to them, because some of them have issues, not with us personally, but some of them get very irate over motorhomes on the NC 500. Not in Scotland, on the NC 500. So after talking to some of the locals, I didn't know. The NC 500 was actually created by some conglomerate somewhere or other. It's nothing to do with Scotland, it's nothing to do with... Some of the tourist places are obviously in Scotland benefits from it, but the NC 500 was not necessarily wanted by everybody. So I said to him, I'll make a vlog and I'll tell everybody what your grievances are. Tell me. So, and before I get on to that, I've had a rant in another video about it. Some of y'all, if you're watching this and you've ever marked on Park for Night or Search for Sites that you can fit 3 motorhomes or 3 small vans in this, and it's a passing place, you're a prick. Just saying, because no, the amount of places we've gone on Park for Night or Search for Site, we've read the reviews, thought, oh cracking, we'll go park there. There's been no picture we've got there. It's like, this is not a park up, this is a passing place. So, and that's my first one. Their main bugbear is people parking in passing places.
These are the questions you are reading out. These are what have come from
These are what have come from when I was talking. There's a couple of locals, and I had a conversation, and I says, I'll make a rant and I'll tell them what your issues are. They didn't want to be on camera because I was all for interviewing him, wasn't I?
Yeah.
There was 2 of them, and we sat talking to him in a pub. Lovely gentleman, and I says, well, I'll interview you. And there was like, yeah, no, we don't want to be on camera. And I get that and I respect that. So I said to him, let me get my pen and paper out and you 2 tell me your grievances. So they don't like when you park in passing places, right? They don't like it. The second one was when you park on private land, when you're going down these little roads and you're just pulling in because you see a bit of grass. A lot of that's private land. And so I did say, I says, well, does it really matter if you're not using it and there's 4 trees behind it and it's next to a lake? And they was like, yeah, because when you're pulling into this shrubbery, the little shrubbery that grows, not the big hedges, the little shrubbery, I didn't know, there's a lot of wildlife that lives in that. And when you're pulling into it and muddying it up and creating a new bank for people to park on, it's their land. You're killing off. They need the bugs or something. They need the wildlife and the bugs, and they want it all. They not only need it, they want it, and also it's their land. They don't necessarily want you making a new parking bit on their land.
So in other words, they did say as well, if it's got grass or mud, don't park on it.
Yes.
But if it's got gravel or tarmac or concrete, you can park on it.
Yes. They don't want you just pulling private land basically. Which ties into my next one. I tried to put my order so they're tied in. Was blocking gates. The amount of people have said that they'll pull up because they've pulled up at 8, 9 o'clock on a night. That they'll just park in a pull in for a gateway. Farmers start 4 o'clock in the morning. If you don't know that, I'm telling you now they do. I knew that from being about 10-year-old. Farmers work early morning. So, and then they're getting abuse off people because they're trying to get in the farms at 5 o'clock in the morning, half 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and people are like, they've woke me up to move me on. Well, no, you're parked in front of their gate and they've got to go to work. So you've caused that yourself. So then they get irate because people are slagging them off online, saying they're waking them up for no reason when they're just trying to work. That was the next grievance they had. They don't like, and I don't like this, nobody likes this, they don't like when you empty your toilets. So I had an honest conversation with them and said, technically they can empty pee anywhere they want, in the bushes. They're not bothered about that. They have said if you're pulling up and you're emptying a pee bottle, put it in the edges, not on the edge of the grass. They prefer it in the hedges or the bushes. Actually keeps moles away, apparently. So they're not so much bothered about you emptying your wee outside, guys. It's more the fact people are emptying cinettes with toilet roll and blue and pink and stuff like that in it. They're just not happy with it. They don't. And rightly so, because that's not just Scotland. There's people do that everywhere. We've seen people do it in Spain. Some people are just scruffy tramps and will put the shit anywhere, literally.
We've seen them in person on this trip.
We've seen them on this trip.
And we've
Just
only
tick
seen
it out.
half a dozen motorhomes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, we've seen half a dozen motorhomes and we've seen one person dump this shit at side of road.
That's 1 in 6,
But that's
isn't it?
like 1 in 12 what we've seen. But there's like, I don't know how many thousands of people come up to Scotland, but can you imagine?
Yeah.
1 in, well, 10,000 motorhomes, that's 1,000 people?
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit, isn't it?
And you better be watching this, boys, because I did say to you, I'd put it out there. Now, they also don't like when you don't take your rubbish home, and that's the same wherever you go as well. If there's not a bin there, take it home. They also don't want you putting your rubbish next to the bin if the bin's full. Move along to the next bin. They're happy for you to put it in the bin, they're not bothered. But they don't want you leaving bags next to the bin. They want you to take it away with you. If it don't fit in the bin, take it with you. And I was like, fair enough. I mean, I personally wouldn't have actually put bags next to the bin on the floor because I'd been worried animals was going to get in it.
There's loads of
And
bins
make a
about.
mess. And there is plenty of bins. We have found loads of bins.
Just scattered everywhere.
We've
aren't
done
they?
a couple of stop-ups where we've not seen a bin for 2-3 days and I've had 3 carrier bags worth of rubbish in the bottom of my shower. We've pulled in. We've seen a bin pull in. I would never have put 3 carrier bags in one bin also, people, and filled it up unless it was empty. But my carrier bags are tiny, as you've all seen before, for that reason, because you get rid of them anywhere in little bins. They also want people to stop complaining that they have to pay for parking. Now, this time when we've come to Scotland, we have found a lot
It's everywhere,
of
isn't
forest parking that's started opening up.
it? Yeah, we've seen that on vlogs.
Forest parking, and do you know what? We've found loads of them. They range from about £7, aren't they, a night?
Yeah, they'll vary different prices.
Some of them you have to pay to be able to
between
access.
5 and 10 quid.
Some of them you have to pay a fiver to online to get them to open the toilet waste. But that's actually a service, guys. So
Someone has to go around and empty
somebody
it,
has to
don't they?
empty them. Somebody has to pay to empty these things. So they want you to stop complaining that not all your park ups are free. There are plenty of free. I'm in a free one right now. We're probably going to stay here again tonight.
But this is only the NC we're talking about, not Scotland.
No, this is just the NC. When
Yeah.
I was talking to these 2 blokes, when we was in the pub the other day, this is just... I wanted to know their grievances, because I'll just say it to you. There is a lot of stigma online saying Scotland don't want the motorhomes, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, they do. The shops do. They want the business. They just want you to be respectful and not take the piss.
And that's why when we were going around the NC5 on the west coast, because they've started the roadworks that side, haven't they?
Yes, they have, yeah.
What they've started doing is they're filling in some laybys,
Loads of them.
but they are making other park-ups, which are
Yes.
gravel and perfectly flat like
Yes.
these forests. But they're removing certain laybys and they're making no parking signs, which is
Yes,
on
we've
one
found
of our...
a lot of no
vlog.
parking in a certain area.
But they're on about banning these certain laybys on the NC 500, so you have to go to certified campsites or pubs. There is going to be a few laybys, but not a lot, because people are just abusing it. And because you're abusing it, it's like England, they'll just ban it.
And that's what
But
it
as
is.
soon as you come off the NC 500 into Scotland and wherever you are in Ireland or Scotland, except the NC,
Yeah.
it's all free anyway, any lay-by or
Most of them are
anything.
free. There are some that are paid.
It's
There are
just
some.
that NC 500 because it's independently owned.
Yeah, and the people that are just they're not willing to do the repairs on it. So then the farmers are getting all the stick for it. It's a
But they are doing the
situation.
repairs from the west side, the retarmac
yeah.
and everything. You know, we did it 3 years ago, didn't we? And there were potholes everywhere.
It's been all right this time. I'm not going to lie.
We haven't gone
No.
through any hardly
We've had
potholes.
some, but no different than what you get in England.
Yeah, and I think they're doing roadworks because it's winter and no one's up there, just us silly idiots.
They also don't like if you don't pull over to let people overtake. Pull into a passing place. They really don't like that. 20-minute rant. He really didn't like that. So, if you're on your holiday and you're in a motorhome and you're tootling along, that's fine. Pull in the first place you can to let locals overtake. They've got to work. They're not meandering about at 30 mile an hour, some of them. Some of them don't want to drive about behind a motorhome stuck in. There's a lot of roads you can't overtake on, so if you can pull over, do so. Right, the next one they don't like is you having a fire. Wildfires, especially if you've pulled off to a bit of land and then have a fire.
This
And
is summer.
any time of year, he said. And the problem they're finding is if one person does it, people see the burnt grass and think, oh well, someone else has done it, we're all right to do it. They don't want you doing it, they don't want you having wildfires up here. So he said if you look, they would rather most of the, and I've seen them myself, picnic areas have big rocks.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And the big rocks, he says, put your barbecues on that.
That's them parking spaces again. They've done
Yeah.
fire pits, haven't
They
they?
have some of them have
Benches
metal
round them.
tables, and they've got the metal squares on the end of the table for you to put a mini barbecue on, but they don't actually want you setting fires on the floor
And in summer's a ban.
because
fires.
yeah, and it can cause bushfires. So they're not a massive fan of that. What else have we got? They don't like when there's 50 people parked in a lay-by, one lay-by. First come, first served basis. If you're parking legitimately, fair enough. But some of the car parks, tractors need to turn round in. So they want you to leave a little bit of room. They think, for instance, if you're all next to each other, 10, 15 of you, right next... I mean, I want to... If there was 15 people all right next to each other in a car park, I wouldn't have stayed there. Myself, personally. But they don't want that. They don't want... There was like 10's enough. They don't want you to fill the whole car park with motorhomes, leave nobody any room to pull in. Move on to the next one, and if you're not fast, you're last. If you can't find one, you're going to have to go on a campsite or pay for one. It's as simple as this, guys. And listen, don't come for me in the comments. This is what these were genuinely what we got from these Scottish gentlemen, because we've done quite a few pub stops now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now, we haven't recorded pub stops this time, because that, first of all, I don't want people thinking I'm getting pissed every night, because I'm not. And second of all, you do need a bit of downtime. When I'm recording every day, you need a bit of downtime. It's nice to just sometimes go and have a glass of wine. And I think you've been bought a pint in most pubs, haven't you, off the Scottish?
Yeah.
I have only been having the odd glass of wine,
So
so
friendly.
it's never... But and I'm telling you now, the hospitality we've had in Scotland has been next to none. I've had the odd tit, but beeping as you're passing me. But you're going to get that wherever you go, especially when they're all... This is the reason they're all aggravated, I'm telling you all. It came right from the horses' mouths. The Scottish kelpies' horses' mouths.
You do look like a mythical creature, though.
Mythical creature. I don't think it's an horse, though, love. I think it's more like a dragon. So, and I'm not having a go at anybody. I'm just saying, I'd had this conversation with these gentlemen, and I said to him, I'll put it out there. And he was like, oh, you'll get 8 online for it. I went, I'm not bothered. Don't care. Bring it. Not bothered. I'm giving you the point of view of people who live on the NC 500 and reasons that they're stressed out with you all. It's not a paid promotion. It's my personal experience. We ended up coming off it in the end, didn't we? We drove across country.
Yeah, because we didn't want to do the NC 500.
It was never about doing the NC 500 for us. I'm not bothered about going up to John O'Groats and
It
doing
was just
the
the West
talk.
Coast bit we had to go
I
along.
wanted to do certain
Up at
parts of the West
Holypool,
Coast.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and we loved. Last time we was at Holypool, we loved it. We loved it this
Yeah.
time. We did 3 days at Holypool.
Yeah, well, like a ghost town though.
It
wasn't
was.
But
It's
a nice
beautiful.
place.
It's beautiful, but I really loved Holypool when it was in the summer.
But from Holypool to John O'Groats, it's just a scenic tour, innit?
Yeah, and we've done that kind
There's a
of.
few castles on there and stuff, but I didn't want to vlog 20 castles. Do you know what I mean? I
And you
thought
have to
people
remember,
get
guys,
bored.
I know a lot of people are going to be miffed that I didn't go all the way to John O'Groats.
But we've done it before.
But it's my trip, so suck it. I'm on my holiday and you're watching me on my holiday. And I do hope you're enjoying it. And we do really appreciate all the support we've had. Massively. And the weather, we've had the weather on our side.
We have, yeah.
So last night was the second Storm Dara.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's rained. This is why you're getting talking vlogs today. I planned talking vlogs for when it's absolutely chucking it down. So I'm going to make a couple of, because it has pissed it down basically since about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. But no wind, been lovely here.
And the only snow we've seen was the Kelpies.
And that was when it was, we was in Edinburgh, Falkirk, and it was,
Yeah.
that was Storm Bert.
That's the only ones we've
Storm
seen. That's
Bert.
the only snow we've seen.
That's the only snow we've seen so far, because I can see some on that mountain over yonder in the distance, but we're not quite down there yet. We're getting there. I think we'll find it in the Cairngorms, and I am going to the Cairngorms because I wanted to go to the Cairngorms. So it's nowhere near over, our trip, but the NC 500's over for us. So like I've said, drop in the comments the NC 500 if you. That's what you have to put, NC 500. If we get some comments, and if one person wants it, you'll get it. I'll send you. If a few people want this book, I'll post it out to you. No worries, my loves, because like I've said, there's a bit of writing in it, but I've used it. So thank you for listening to the talk and the rant, and let me know what you think. It's not me having a go. I'm just telling you why the Scottish people are a little bit miffed with some motorhomers. Not all, just some. I have a few shout outs. Do you think I should put them on the end of this or something else?
Put them on the end of it.
I'll put them on the end of here. So I don't know what they are. I have got some shout outs though. I need to put my reading glasses on. Let me just make sure I've covered all the likes and dislikes that they told us about. Yeah, I think I have, yeah. Oh, that's where I'm going tomorrow. So my shout outs are, I want to say happy birthday to Benita for the 15th of December. Hi there. Hi Benita. I hope you have a lovely birthday on the 15th, my love. And thank you for commenting and thank you for watching. And Pauline's been in touch and she wants me to say happy birthday to Bob for the 8th of December. And I'm pretty sure it's later than that now, isn't it? Sunday's the 8th of December. Today's Saturday.
Maybe it's 7th today, I think.
Yes. So it's your birthday tomorrow, but you're not going to see this tomorrow because we've got a few lined in. So, Bob, happy belated birthday for the other day, my love. I hope you had a fantastic day. Pauline did send it in to us, but we got it literally, I think it came in last night, so it's a couple of days before. Guys, if you do want to send birthday shout outs, give me a week's notice at least, because we're 4 or 5 videos behind. And can I do a massive shout out to Chris and Andrea as well? They've been in touch. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for commenting. And thanks for everybody else who watches and comments. Don't forget to get on over to Trisha's Motorhome Madness, shameless plug. And watch me over there as well. So, if you're one of the people that I've read off that list who does any of them things on the list that the Scottish don't like, are you one of them?
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
Used to late nights dancing my place. I could get used to long drives.
Roll up to the greatest show in the world.